So it looks like our first match is going to be a Protoss versus Protoss on Cyber Forest. Relatively small map with a bit of a no man's land in the center. We'll see what our players have in store for us. In the bottom right, spawning as the red Protoss, we have Tassad. And in the top left, the blue Protoss, Undetected. So we'll see what our players have in store for us here. Looks like a standard pylon towards the ramp for Tassad, also Undetected. Both players showing some respect. We do have a lot of the first matches being played simultaneously. Looks like Undetected sending a probe out early. Pylon scout. Look for that possible cannon rush. Tassad placing a gateway on the high ground. Second gateway goes down for Undetected. Tassad following suit. Both players respecting the potential adept pressure that's often seen in early PvP. Cybercore goes down for Undetected. A little bit later for Tassad. Tassad still not quite. Oh no, he did send a probe across. Missed that. Cybercore's finishing up for both players. This match is probably about to heat up. We have 2 Stalkers for Undetected. Tassad also chooses 2 Stalkers, both players preferring a safer opening. Interestingly, looks like Tassad has chosen to chrono boost his Stalkers, while Undetected is chrono boosting his Warp Gate. And maybe we'll see these Stalkers move out for some early pressure here. One of the key features of this map is this low ground center area. If a player sets up for the concave on these high grounds, can often get an early advantage. Oh, we see some sneaky stuff going down from Tassad here. There's a pylon placed at the opponent's vertical third. These Stalkers placed on the high ground ready to get the ambush. We'll see what happens. Okay, not a favorable engagement for Tassad here. Quickly pulls back. Gateway going down at the proxy. Looks like a Robo Bay for Undetected. Tassad has no tech in his base as of yet. Looks like we're going to see a proxy robo play. Natural going down for Undetected. Playing a little more standard. Safe 4 Stalker opening. This Stalker count for Tassad already quite high. Warp Gate has finished for both players. I wonder if we'll be seeing an expansion from Tassad or if he's going to attempt to all-in Undetected with this proxy robo play. Some Zealots are warped in. Now there are 3 sentries for Undetected. These players believe that they are diamond. That hallucination going to be denied. No scouting available for Undetected. Let's see if he smells something in the water here. I don't know if he noticed that that was a lot of Stalkers or not. This is going to be a tricky engagement for Tassad, fighting up into this high ground into 3 sentries. It's going to be interesting to see what these players do. No shield batteries down for Undetected yet, so he is counting on his sentries to keep him in this game. Where can you check the schedule for future tournaments? Rafma, you can use the Discord command and join the Platinum Heroes Discord. They regularly post their tournaments there. The stalker count getting really high for Tassad here. He is up to... that's got to be at least 10 stalkers, maybe 12. Observer out for Undetected. Relatively safe opening. Tassad will see the lack of units here, and he smells blood in the water. Let's see how these sentries come into play. Tassad moving up the high ground. Guardian shield goes down. Sentries blocking out half the army. Immortals doing some work. Barriers down. Nice control from Undetected, but I don't know that he has enough to survive here. Another good force field. Zealots soaking a lot of damage. We're going to need a quick warp in. The probes are pulled. Reinforcing warp prism arrives for Tassad from the proxy Robo Bay. A desperation zealot warp, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Immortal up to 5 kills. Second Immortal comes out of the Robo Bay for Undetected. He will lose this expansion. Both players at 1 Immortal. Looks like he's opting to surrender that expansion, not that he had much of a choice. Getting up this high ground for Tassad is going to be the next challenge. Tassad has not expanded, so if this is able to be held by Undetected, they will be relatively even. He's going to try to push up. Thank you for the follow, Lock. Excellent force field out of Undetected here. Cuts out the Immortal. 1 Immortal goes down for Tassad. Getting up that ramp's going to be quite difficult. 2 Immortals now for Undetected. Reinforcement wave of Stalkers is on the way. The higher this Immortal count gets for Undetected, the harder it's going to be to break him. However, he will start mining out here in a couple minutes. Looks like Tassad will pull back for now. Charge on the way for Undetected. Tassad continuing to produce Immortals. Neither player has taken a new expansion yet. This proxy is still fully operational. Adepts are warped in, an interesting choice. Unforce field goes down, doesn't get a lot of value out of it. This is a fight on a knife's edge in these Protoss vs. Protoss games. Those Immortals will kill Stalkers very quickly. Both players have prisms to reinforce. The potential is there for either side. This Immortal wanders off the high ground. Oh, just a hallucination. He tricked me with that one. Gets a scouting of his opponent's composition. Okay, charge lots come in. Zealot's tanking a lot of damage. Undetected pulls back. Tassad is pushing up the ramp once again. Some good force fields cut out a couple Stalkers. This Immortal will take them down. Okay, the sentries have all been killed for Undetected. It's not looking too good for our blue Protoss as Tassad pushes up the ramp with 2 Immortals. The expansion is cancelled. Meanwhile at home, Tassad has placed his natural. The new slow warp for these Stalkers coming in the natural, and GG is called. Tassad has taken game 1. Well played. It looked like a hallucination when it died. I thought it was real. Yeah, it actually tricked me. It made like a hallucination effect when it died, didn't it? I must be seeing things. Alright, so a back and forth exchange in game 1. Both opponents somewhat well matched, it would seem, as they push each other back and forth during that fast, bloody PvP there. So GG GG indeed. That was a fun game to watch. We'll set up game 2 here. You don't know why people so many people 3-gate Robo in PvP? Well, I think Robo openers are popular because they're very safe. That's why they're popular. Okay, Kairos Junction. Alright, and we're getting ready for our round 2 here. Between our Protoss players. Just waiting for StarCraft to load here. There we go. So we are using the new balance proposed patch that Blizzard put out on July 2nd, or I suppose it was the 1st. So the Protoss do have slow warp ins for these games, and all the other changes that were mentioned. Both players are ready, and we're going to get underway with game 2 here. Protoss versus Protoss on Kairos Junction. Kairos Junction, a pretty interesting map, particularly strong choke point on the vertical third for each player. In the blue, in the top left corner, we have Tassad. And in the bottom right, in the red, Undetected. So we have another Protoss versus Protoss match here on Kairos Junction. Now, as I was saying, Kairos Junction, an interesting map, because you have this high ground to hold your natural and your choice of third. However, the vertical third has this really tight choke point here that you can wall off with 2 gateways and 1 2x2 building. And these rocks with the line of sight blocker. Not that you often get to see Protoss versus Protoss games go to 3 bases, but we'll see if that comes into play here. So it looks like Undetected giving a lot of respect here. Pylon scouting again, and Tassad choosing to gateway scout. It's a minor difference, but sometimes it can mean that you spot a cannon rush that much sooner. Double gas going down for Tassad here. Both players taking their gases right on time. Both players choosing a double gateway opening, relatively standard for PvP these days. You want the gateways so you can block the potential adept pressure. It also creates a nice choke point for force fields. So Undetected once again keeping that probe in the enemy's base to scout out the tech. Cyber going down for both players. Looks like Undetected Cyber is slightly faster here. We'll see if that matters in the coming minutes of the game here. So we see another proxy pylon from Tassad. Wonder if he's going to go for a similar proxy robo play or if he's going to do something different this game. Let's see what he chooses. This probe, considering its options, the devious plans. Looks like we're going to see 2 adepts out of Tassad this game. And Undetected choosing the Stalker opener. Chrono boosting Warp Gate. Once again, these players, interesting difference. Tassad boosting the units, and Undetected choosing to Chrono the Warp Gate. More of an economical choice. The proxy comes down. We see a Warp Gate, sorry, a Gateway, and a Stargate. So we'll see what kind of play we're going to see out of Tassad. If he does choose to go Oracle, it might be a little difficult for him since Undetected already has Stalkers on the map. He is going to scout this proxy. We'll see how Tassad reacts. Buildings haven't been cancelled yet. Okay. Adepts are out on the map. Undetected, already up to 4 Stalkers. Gonna try to deny this. He needs to cancel that Stargate. Oh no. Well, we'll see. He's gonna try to play it. A Void Ray, an interesting choice. I don't think that's gonna happen before the pylon goes down though. little bit of lag there. Okay, the gateway is depowered, as is the Stargate. Adept's not a great unit against Stalkers. Maybe a bit of a control mistake there from Tassad. Stalkers are faster. Without the shade, they're going to manage to chase that Adept down. Already a lot of damage for Tassad. Not looking too good, but it's certainly not game-ending. Have a little bit of lag in this game. Apologize for that. Not sure why. Okay, so our tech choice for Undetected is a Robo Bay. Looks like his first unit of choice is going to be a Prism. He's going to try to snowball his pressure of denying this proxy, maybe, and just try to kill his opponent with Stalkers. Already up to 6. Looks like he will have 2 more on the way. Expansion goes down for Tassad. He is choosing an Adept Sentry composition. Not going to fare terribly well against Stalkers. However, the potential for economical damage if he can get those Adepts past is high. Tassad is on the defensive here. And Undetected moves across with his deadly Stalker army. Interesting choice. He's moving to the 3rd here. I wonder if we're going to see some kind of elevator play from the Warp Prism. Okay, reinforcement comes down. Now once again, we are on the balance patch. This is the slow 11-second warp. So these prisms are extremely vulnerable while they're warping. However, Tassad has very little anti-air. Sentry's not known for their ability to ward off Warp Prism. Looks like we are going to see an elevator play here. Tassad does not see this happening. I think he smells it though. Yeah, he did get a whiff of it. I don't think these Adepts are going to be able to hold too well against these Stalkers. GG is called. Undetected takes game 2. Alright. GG for our players there. We will see what is up next. Pretty exciting PvP match there. They can become pretty one-sided pretty quickly. Unfortunately, that is the nature of the mirror matchups. Just like if you're playing a Zerg versus Zerg, you know, one lucky Baneling could turn the course of an entire game. So, looks like he is going to choose Acropolis for his map. So this will be the closeout game here for this round for these players. All right. Okay. Game 3 here in our best of 3. So the winner of this round will take the round. Both players call ready, and it looks like it's going to be a Protoss vs. Protoss on Acropolis. Good luck, have fun. Okay, so Acropolis, pretty big map. Maybe we'll see some gameplay that goes beyond 2 base here, but given that it is Protoss vs. Protoss, that tends to not happen that often. But in the bottom right, we have Undetected, the red Protoss, and in the top left, spawning in the blue, is Tassad. Both players are 1-1 in this bracket, so the winner of this round will take it on to the next round. Both players going with the standard pylon depth wall. Once again, we see that pylon scout from Undetected. Tassad choosing the slightly greedier gateway scout. You get just a little bit more mining out of that. Gateway's coming down for both players. Undetected scouting out, trying to see what his opponent's tech choice is. Of course, there's no cyber yet, so that probe's got to hang out a while. Please move the coach. Oh, I'm sorry. I added that text to it, and now it's too big. Thanks for that. Yeah, and maybe some of you guys know, I don't know how to actually update the numbers here in the bracket. Oh, I can just click it. How do you get 1 point? Control 1. Okay, there we go. Thanks. Alright. So Cybercore is coming down for each player. Appreciate that, winner. Tassad dinking up a lot of money here. Are we going to see a Cyber expand? That's pretty greedy in PvP. I wonder what he's saving all that money for. Oh, we're seeing another proxy play here. He has placed his 20 pylon in the base, perhaps to try to throw Undetected off. Maso, thank you for the follow. Let me know if this music's a little loud. It seems like it might be. Those bloody Terrans and their loud music. Looks like we do have a proxy robo coming down. Once again for our blue Protoss Tassad. Illimo, thank you. Thank you guys all for the follows. Really appreciate it. We're going to hear some probe sounds here for a minute. Fitting for our Protoss for Protoss game. So we got a robo in the base for Undetected. Okay, that proxy is scouted out once again by Undetected. I would love to see these buildings canceled. Looks like he's going to commit. Okay, we will see a cancel out of Tassad here. Adepts moving across the map with 2 stalkers in tow. Alright. Warp gate finishing up for both players. Okay, what's going down here? We got gateways. Looks like we're going up to 4 gates for Tassad. He has not yet replaced... Oh, nope, there's the robo. And we're seeing some shield batteries come down for Undetected here in the mineral line. Interesting. Expansion coming down for Undetected here. Will give him an economic edge if he can hold his opponent's push. Tassad going up to 5 production buildings on 1 base here. Looks like we might be seeing an all-in. We will see how he decides to play this match. So, a hallucinated Phoenix will spot that gateway count for Undetected. He will see those pylons coming down and all those units. And he's got to know that something is coming across the map here. Hopefully we see some defensive structures out of our Protoss player here, Undetected. We can get some shield batteries on the low ground to help him hold this all in. No expansion coming down for Tassad here. He wants this attack to kill his opponent. Okay, Phoenix will scout the move out. The slow warp in for the Adepts here. Now, Adepts will be extremely good against this composition, where Sentries and Zealots make a showing. Pure Stalkers not as much, but Adepts quite good against light units. Those Zealots are going to get melted by the Adept. There is one Immortal here for Undetected. It's going to be shooting the Adepts, though, not the greatest use of its DPS. Okay, Undetected steps forward, double Immortal tearing through those Stalkers. And looks like Tassad is going to get wiped out here. Calls GG, and Undetected takes the round. So good game to both of our players there.